Chang Jiahuang, a Chinese painter living in Japan, has devoted his life to the ancient grotto art in Dunhuang. Now he is creating a modern Dunhuang grotto to rival the ancient ones, for which he is facing tough challenges along the way. In order to preserve the artistry of traditional rari shows passed down by the older generations, the folk artist Zhang Tian is determined to use modern imaging techniques to produce refreshing visual effects similar to those employed in the film Avatar. It's Cheng Yi's biggest dream to become a great magician. Just like tens of millions of other magic enthusiasts in China, Cheng Yi is learning very hard to discover the essence of magic tricks and their value in modern China. In today's vibrant and thriving China, these people are just like any strangers you may encounter. However, they shouldn't be overlooked because all of them have a dream. Chang Jiahuang is no stranger to the grotto art in Dunhuang. He was introduced to it in his childhood by his father, and he devoted himself to studying and protecting these art treasures before he moved to Japan. This Chinese painter, who took his name from Dunhuang, has given his whole life to the grotto art.
我呢，出生在敦煌，在我小的时候记事的时候就看到我父亲在敦煌工作，他们在洞窟里面临摹，而且呢，做那些在石窟里面的壁画的工作，所以对我印象特别深。我们家族和我呢，跟敦煌这种关系呢，就好像是一种看不见的一种情缘吧。
Dunhuang, located in western China, has the largest collection of Buddhist grottos in the country. The murals and painted sculptures depict many Buddhist stories, as well as daily life in ancient China, including images of farming, weaving, hunting, weddings, funerals, and festivals. These artworks are a cultural miracle created by numerous painters, scholars, and craftsmen over the past millennium. Every year, Chang Jiahuang invites artists from around the world to Dunhuang for research and creative interaction. Now he is working on an ambitious project in building a modern grotto near the ancient ones. In doing so, he is trying to both record modern life and restore the splendor of the ancient grottos.
这是一个很难的，是一个很严峻的课题，就形成敦煌艺术的继续，非常困难的。
Chang Jiahuang's legendary dream not only integrates historical and contemporary grotto art, but also reflects the arduous efforts he has been making over the past 15 years to realize his dream. The folk artist Zhang Tian is another dream chaser. He's introducing a well-known Chinese myth into his Rari show. Rari shows tell stories with a string of pictures pulled by the showman, just like the kaleidoscope invented earlier in the West. However, they are actually a form of native Chinese art that use some Western imaging techniques. It's said that this folk art has been popular for hundreds of years in China. Zhang Qian has been working in the trade since he was young, and at one time was as popular as a movie star in Beijing. Zhang Qian's skills are now more exquisite, but these formerly advanced imaging techniques have already gone out of fashion over the past century. Consequently, traditional Rari shows are not as popular as they once were.
你就在市场就玩不转，人家不买单，不买单你就活不了。可就由于时代的变迁，对于他来说，这个艺人也想弘扬光大，在某种程度上头，他要是没有经济收入，还是不好办的，还是不好办的。北京的这个一些民间艺术，有些东西都消亡了。
Zhang Qian believes that not all the traditional arts are behind the times. He decided to use modern imaging techniques to help him develop the art, just as his predecessors once did. The development of new technologies gives the Chinese people an opportunity to build their dreams. Inspired by the film Avatar, Zhang Qian decided to produce a 3D animated version of his mythical stories to make them more lifelike. In doing so, he hopes to draw more attention to the Rari shows and help people appreciate their unique beauty. Magic has a history of more than 1,000 years. Also known as conjuring in China, this ancient performing art has never been more popular than it is today, and being a magician has become an attractive career option for China's young people. Magic is the art that entertains audiences by using sleight of hand or creating illusions of seemingly impossible feats using special devices. Fascinated by the mystery of magic, Cheng Yi started to learn the techniques himself. But in his eyes, only a very few magicians can really pull off mysterious stage effects, including Liu Qian, who has become quite popular in China during recent years.
听说刘谦可能今年又要上春晚，然后有一个朋友就说他又要回哪个魔术。其实就是这样，他去年演了那么几个魔术之后，然后瞬间网上就哪儿都是他的揭秘。 就是其实他只是演了几个道具而已。
Cheng Yi may not be objective in his comments. However, it's obvious to all magicians and fans that magic performances are not about using props or tricks. What counts is unbelievable imagination and creativity. Cheng Yi is a big fan of the creative American magician Franz Harari, who made the Great Sphinx of Giza disappear for 2 minutes in front of a large crowd. Although currently Cheng Yi can only make himself disappear for 2 minutes in the crowd, he's still dreaming of becoming a master magician. Nowadays, many Chinese youngsters are no longer seeking stable jobs like their parents did. They prefer to explore the unknown world and realize their dreams. And most of the Chinese people are beginning to pursue their own dreams after their material needs have been satisfied. People are becoming more concerned with housing, healthcare, starting businesses, protecting the environment, and serving society, and are also more dedicated to cultural and artistic pursuits. Despite the difficulties, people are ready to rise to the challenge. just like Chang Jiahuang, who is determined to build a modern grotto in Dunhuang.
这只都没可买的形式，100没得，60
kilometers from the site of the Mogao Grottos, Changjiahuang has been building a 1,000-meter-long grotto in the cliff along the Donghe River since 1996.
它这个是从那个头到这100多米的是属于主通道，主通道就是说做一些主题性尺度创作，但是这个主题是以什么为主题还没定。
Chang Jiahuang's idea is to pass down the traditional Dunhuang arts. In his opinion, the real value of Dunhuang art lies in the depictions of different lifestyles from different periods of history found in these murals and painted sculptures. Chan believes that this ancient tradition should be continued so that the modern lifestyles can be recorded on eternal rocks.
因为古代石窟呢，它是作为1000多年前佛教僧侣，目的是为了传承佛教文化，他们记录了当时敦煌的和西北地区的生活场景。那么实际上呢，我们这个石窟的某种意义上也是将把我们这个时代的这些情景画面，通过艺术手法或者通过其他手段呢传承下去。这种方式呢，是用古老的载体来把现代文明传到后代的一种最好的方式。
Chang Jiahuang's ideas have received positive response from artists all over the world. Some of them are making trips to China to create their art in this modern grotto, bringing with them their own perceptions of modern life. However, the project has also raised doubts because some people still regard it as valueless and meaningless in this modern world. Every time he returns to Dunhuang, Chang Jiahuang visits the tomb of his father, Chang Shuhong, a highly respected scholar of Dunhuang art who was revered as the guardian of Dunhuang. It was also Chang Shuhong's aspiration to pass down Dunhuang art from generation to generation. As for Chang Jiahuang, the biggest obstacle to fulfill his father's last wish is not people's doubts, but the fact that he has run into financial difficulties. The old artist Zhang Qian has taken the first step toward his dream. As a guest student at an animation school, he's acquiring the knowledge and skills to produce 3D movies. In this school, Zhang Qian and his classmates are being trained in state-of-the-art animation techniques.
如果云加速的话，这个小车是在哪个位置？
他们在这个祖国各地来到水晶石的时候，也是怀揣着各种梦想，非常非常的喜欢这个行业，所以来到了我们的这个学院进行再一次的深造。那么我们的这个学习的内容，因为一直是在跟我们的国际的这个一流的技术进行接轨，所以呢，我们的这个学生在学习过程当中，不仅可以从这个老师这个身上学到很多的东西，同时也因为我们不停的在跟这个国际上的人员进行沟通跟交流，所以他们也在这个制作过程当中呢，学习到了最先进的一些个知识。
China is a country with a long history, but it is also rapidly developing new industries, among which is animation, which has been booming since 2006 despite a talent shortage. A large number of Chinese youngsters have been stepping into this fascinating industry where they can stretch their imaginations and strive to fulfill their dreams. Although Zhang Qian is no longer young, he still has a youthful enthusiasm for his dreams. However, he has difficulties in learning modern animation techniques because he doesn't know how to use a computer. Should he give up or keep trying to succeed?
我要一遇到难事，我的精神不是处于萎靡状态，处于一种亢奋状态，在苦地方找招，在累地方找计，就有办法解决了。说我在我张骞的眼里头没有困难二字。
刚才想准。
这副牌是咱们昨天刚到的，我给你介绍一下它的效果。好，这张牌是什么？方块 K。只要我打一个响指，会出现什么情况呢？所有的牌都变成红桃六。哇，这就是大师和小师的区别，你知道吗？
Since Changyi is trying to be a master magician, he visits magic shops every week. Just as warriors need swords, magicians have to find suitable props.
把它放在中间。
11月9号之前，这牌要涨到3500，全球限量500副。
你这有多少？500？
没这么多了，现在也就20多副了。
The most expensive is not necessarily the best. Changyi thinks these magic cards are too simple to satisfy his needs.
但是商家们想挣钱，所以他们要推陈出新，出一副新牌，他们就能大捞一笔。像这些牌都是很没法用的牌。
However, Changyi is unlike most customers. The Chinese people not only love watching magic shows, but they are also eager to participate. Performing magic is a popular leisure activity for them, and that's why magic shops are booming.
我们在北京5家店，以前我们是从国外引进口魔术道具，但是今年魔术道具我们都在做出口，已经老外现在已经从中国来进道具了。
The passion of the Chinese people for magic essentially reflects their increasing demands for imagination and creativity in a fast-developing society. Such demands are not only reflected in people's material and cultural life, but more importantly, in socio-economic changes. Currently, China is undergoing a transition from made in China to created in China. During this crucial period, creativity is particularly important for social development.
最近呢，我想到了一个新的想法，一个新的创意，我希望能够完成它。虽然说比较的复杂，然后我觉得应该能够克服困难。
Changyi is also experiencing such a transition because he's creating a set of unique playing cards that will help him perform his own marvelous magic. "1,600 years ago, a Buddhist monk organized the local people and built the first grotto in this desert. Located on the ancient Silk Road, Dunhuang was a major meeting place for Eastern and Western cultures. It was these cultural and artistic exchanges that nurtured the unique local art. Yet today, Dunhuang is a remote place in the same desert in western China, because the Silk Road has been abandoned for several centuries. Despite their passion for the local grotto art, few investors are willing to invest in these sand-covered grottos. Over the past 15 years, Chang Jiahuang's project hasn't made much progress.
下次我给你一些那个我母亲那个法龙式病号的稿子，有时候我们用温水。
Dunhuang is too remote, so fewer and fewer artists are coming to paint in this modern grotto. He has been trying every means to raise funds to sponsor more artists. However, due to financial shortages, he has to accept the reality of a large area of unpainted walls. It's obviously far from what he has expected.
作为一个商品社会，大家都是要看钱，它是没有什么经济利益。这样的话呢，如果不去管它的话呢，可能过不了几年之后就会崩塌，所以这是个首要问题。 问题很多，我还是用我自己努力来维持这些工作。我维持到能够有人来参与、来支持的时候，可能我的使命就完成了。
But how much further will this project really go? How will Chang Jiahuang get out of this deadlock?
各位乘客，西单入口东到了。
Zhang Qian is making another move toward his dream. He's considering hiring a young man to help him with the complex animation procedures. This is an important visit because it will decide whether the 3D Rari shows will become a reality.
哎呦，请问这是做这些画的刘老师家吗？啊，哎呦，您就是您今年高寿？
今年60了，正退休了。
哟，哎呦，我可弄错了，我只以为这都是小年轻子的专利玩。
现在老人也能玩了。
This man is not as young as Zhang Qian thought he would be. But Zhang seems excited to see a man of his own age, and he hasn't retracted the offer. They will work as a creative team and introduce the most advanced 3D filming techniques to these centuries-old Rari shows. They're determined to rival the work of younger people who have mastered computer animation techniques.
您这么着，您等我一会儿，我去照一张，拿相机啊。
照机是，哎，
咱们先做看看是吧？
是。哎呀，没想到。
完了以后，张老师这拉洋片呢，这是北京一老玩意儿，哎，我就在琢磨怎么能支持一下张老师呢，把这个让他焕发青春，让他这个，怎么说就是现代化和这个老传统它相结合一下，中国的老玩意儿和我这三维结合起来，哎，让这个发扬一下呢咱中国的这个老传统这些老玩意儿，哎，让它更上一层楼。
In fact, the constant pursuit of creativity opens up opportunities regardless of nationality, age, or gender, and promotes the development of the country as a whole. This pursuit of innovation has revitalized this ancient country and has brought these two men in their 60s into this cutting-edge sunrise industry in the 21st century. The 3D Rari show is finally completed. Will it help revitalize this ancient art? Zhang Qian is waiting for positive responses from his audience.
这个前调。
再随便选一张，把它推出来，然后用手盖住，谁都不要看它，好吗？对，拿出来让自己看一下。
Chang Yi has worked out his new magic tricks, so he decided to make his debut in an antique shop, hoping the place will make him look more experienced. Is he really performing magic? It looks more like playing cards with his friends. The blank looks of the audience give Chang Yi the most direct feedback. Obviously, his show has failed. What is he trying to express through this magic performance? What does it really deliver? How is it connected with real life? After the embarrassing show, Chang Yi started to think about these questions again.
看到 很多次的那种魔术大赛，都有很多外国的魔术师会演出一些让人眼前一亮的新鲜的创意，感到很神奇。因为有些可能并不是魔术的技巧，可能并不是魔术道具的问题，只是一个想法。
Cheng Yi is beginning to learn from these successful performances of Chinese magicians as well as foreign masters. Facing reality is helping him learn more than ever before. Perhaps the unsuccessful show was the best thing that could help him to realize his dream. Cheng Yi began to seek inspiration from everyday life instead of being over-ambitious about feats like hiding the Sphinx in Egypt. He no longer performs in that antique shop, yet he's getting better responses from his audience.
不要挤，不要挤。好，就这个手。来，出不来对吧？这边也出不来，这边也出不来，这边也出不来，出不来，出不来。出来了，出不来了，能出不来。哇！好了是吗？
This young man will become a great magician because he's learning to observe and enjoy life. He's using his magic to interpret life and spread happiness.
经过长期的思考呢，我终于想明白了，其实魔术本身呢是给人们带来一些神奇感的一个东西，让人们快乐，这才是我们所需要追求的东西。这手这样交叉。
This is the first step on the path to becoming a great magician. Cheng Yi will continue his performances and continue to inspire children. After all, it is the children who are the major part of the audience and the future architects of China's development.
这个蓝洋片啊，可有新鲜了啊！
Another show is about to begin, one that represents more than just catching up with the times.
咱们搞成3D 的了啊，3D 蓝洋片，这个是首影式啊。完了，这位呢就是我帮助我做成3D 片的刘老师，大家给他掌声啊！来，祝愿大家万事如意，心想事成喽！
Zhang Tian has taken a third step toward his dream. Since his high-tech Rari show became a popular attraction in Beijing, he has made plans to develop it further. Thanks to the efforts of people like him, many folk arts are being passed down.
现在咱们民间艺术有这句话，叫做“聚成弘扬和壮大”。用现代话说，就也应该与时俱进。实际上，古老的民间艺术能为这个现代人服务哈。现代人的审美观点和过去还是有区别的。
Chang Jiahuang is finally taking steps toward his dream. He will work with an internet company to build an online version of his modern grotto. In this way, more people can remotely log in and create their artworks on the internet. Some excellent works will be selected and painted on the walls of the real grotto.
这也是这种新时代的一种新的形式吧。因为互联网是没有边界、没有国界的，这是一个高度发展的一个动感的时代，是一个值得记录的时代。我们用我们的手，用我们的手段把这些记录下来，让我们的后代记住这个时代。
Dreams are unique in each area. When dreams come true, our world becomes more beautiful.